What's up, T1G Nation? It's T1G Lucky1313 signing on. Pleased to announce today I'll be running a raffle. Well, not actually today, but today will be the start of it. Raffling off an account. It is actually a very decent account, especially for a player that is new or interested in the game and struggling with advancing in the game. I already got guild flags started. Let's take a look at the monsters, and we have some 6-stars. We got Beth, Trevor, Vanessa. I love this monster. I wish I can have this monster on my account. Perna, the all-exclusive fire chicken that is hell to deal with in PvP. Delphi, Akamaganaminaar, Chasen, already 6-star. You can't beat that, huh? Look at that. Already 6-star. Bella, Zinc, and Molong. Molong is 6-star. Molong. Not a little long, but Molong. We have some other gems here. We have Chloe. So you've got the Clayson combo, Chasun and Chloe. Got the Fire Ifrit, Lure. Lure is an excellent PvP mon. Beretta, Akia. Oh, look at that. Lucian. Already got your Bernard. Not bad in speed. The runes aren't where they should be, but hey, great starter count, and of course Basalt. You definitely can't go bad with this wrong. You can immediately jump into a semi-comp guild. Got Prom. Got some Rainbow Mons. Definitely some work has been put into this account. Was played by maybe $20 spent into the account. Played by I guess you would say avid player. Glindon, Smokey, great for R5. Excellent account. Account giveaway. All you have to do is comment on the video. I will do a raffle in a week or so. I'd like to see this video get to a decent amount of likes, and open to anybody, not just T1G. Like I said, comment in the group, and then I'll make another video naming the winner of the account. And if you watch that video, obviously I will contact you. I will make it easier for you to contact me, and we'll go ahead and discuss the details of the account, give you the login and the password. Again, this account is up for raffle. Do not have to be in T1G. All you have to do is comment on this video. It's a beauty. It's a great starter account. Got enough 6-stars to make some damage, to do something in dungeons. Let's see how far in the dungeons we are. I can't. I'm not signed on to the account. I got it on my friends list. So yeah, a great head start jump on the account. Look at all those towers that it has. Again, we'll take a look at the monsters. Oops, sorry. Take a look at the account one time. Again, all you have to do is just comment on this video, and you will be entered in the raffle. You can't go wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4 Nat 5 summon, 2 guild Ifrits, Chloe, Chasun, Lure, Chilling, Smokey, and Lucian. This count, and Basalt. This count is fucking amazing. Not bad for a giveaway account. So good luck. Watch the video, like the video, comment on the video. As soon as I see your comment, I'll enter you in the raffle, and then we will go from there. Alright guys, let's go over some few basics of the game. A couple people wanted to see my dungeon runs. I'll run a dungeon run of each one. My Giants is a 4-man team, and I use my fifth as fodder. It varies from 50 seconds to a minute or two. I don't really care. Sometimes it's nice to have a little long run when you're doing something. You don't constantly can't keep checking your phone, especially if you're working. To capitalize on a fast run, you need obviously 200 speed monsters. Griffin is a gem in this dungeon here. catch the beat, hopefully to do some damage quickly. The AI on these monsters aren't the greatest, especially Lucian. He'll use his third skill for just one monster, which sometimes is, most of the times is annoying as hell. See, look right there, prime example. I use Galen for the break defense to imply more damage when the monster attacks. No heals if you're quick and you get the jump on the monsters. Each when you move to next stage, obviously your monster gains a quarter life of health back. Like I said, for faster runs, obviously your monsters need speed. I do believe I can run this at 3 monsters too, I think, with just Lucian. Either without Lucian or without Galen. I can't remember. I've done it before. I could probably run 2 fodder through. It'll be obviously... That was a pretty good right there, but he wasn't buffed. Let's see if I can run this with just 3 and see what my time would be. That would be pretty interesting. The Griffin's great for the attack down and the defense break, as well as Galen for the buff. Theo is just a gem here because he can still do 50 to 60,000 damage if he's on Endure. 126, not bad. Let's run this with 2 fodder and see what happens. Let's take out Lucian and run with 2 fodder. I want to see what happens. A lot of people try to play it safe with Vero. Of course, if your monsters aren't as fast as top end players are. Bella's pretty good for the heal. Chasun, my Chasun, she'll, if it's just down to her in the dungeon, in the boss, she'll hold her own, and it might take a while, but she's a great monster for this, especially on the heals and the attack buff. Griffin is key for faster runs. Let's see what we can do here. This is starting to get a little... I can't remember if it was without Galen or without Lucian. I can't remember. We're about to find out, aren't we? I haven't got a proc yet on this stage. I should get one right here. No, still no. We're going to do a little monster discussion in this video, some raid discussion. And we're going to check out the other 2 dungeons, Necro and Dragons. Oh, look at that. Got a 3 proc there. That was good. And another double proc. Alright, we're about to see what we can do at the boss. That's gonna hurt. Galen has a nice attack bar control. It's alright. I'm on Endure, no problem. Let's see what we can do here. And this is why he's such a gem here. Bam! Look at that. Did another 26,000 unbuffed, and 2 procs on Endure. 3 monster dungeon run under 2 minutes with 2 fodder. You can't beat that. That's not bad. And oh wow, decent rune. Alright, let's check out the Giants run. There's just so many different monsters you can use for this. Megan, I've even used my save team with Chasun, Chloe. You can do so much. I've used Wang in this. But this is the team that I typically like. It keeps it fast. I've got the 28% speed buff as lead. Vero to cleanse the dots. You can use Vela in here if he's fast. Theo is just a one-man wrecking ball. And Bella, of course, has got... This is the point. This is what I don't understand. Bella here has exceptional AI. Will only use Snatch when the dragon is has immunity on it. Won't use it until that dragon boss has immunity on it. So Bella is a gem here. She won't waste it. You need about 50 to 60 ACC to succeed here in removing that. It hit or miss. More often you're going to hit than miss. It does happen. She gets a couple procs, she'll be back at it. Just Theo here is a gem. Just look at the damage that and of course Virde buffing the attack bar constantly with the many procs that he gets, especially on Revenge too. It's a good debate here how fast to have Virde. You know, a lot of people like him as fast as can be for, you know, player versus player environment. In this scenario, I only use Virde for D10. It is ideal to have his speed slower than the rest of the team. That way your whole team goes, then he goes, and he brings them up to steal another turn. If he's faster than your entire team, you'd be kind of... Or if he's like 1 or 2 speed faster and your team's faster overall, it would be kind of defeating the purpose on the jump and the waves. So ideally try to time him slower than the rest of your monsters. My Viramos is 200, my Theo is 207, my Bella is 229, so my Virde is about 180, I think, 185, 190, something like that. I think 180. But after all my monsters go, he goes. Now watch Bella in action. Won't burn that seize until, look, bam. Won't burn it until it has that immunity on it, which is probably the best AI in this game at this point. And there we have it, 4-man with a fodder, Dragon's team. My Virde runes aren't maxed out. I don't really care about them. Don't use them in PvP. I'm sure I can make them beefy and tankier, but the only thing I cared about was a little bit of HP, a crit, and a little bit of speed. 226, 4-man team, not bad. My Necro team is hit or miss. I've gone through so many different combinations. This one seems to be the fastest. It's a little bit unorthodox. All of the monsters except Theo are on Revenge, but all of the monsters are on Violent. You need Violent Revenge or all Revenge for this dungeon. I'm not a big fan of this dungeon. Sometimes it can go quick, sometimes it can go fast. Sometimes you'll do 90 runs all successfully and then fail 10 in a row. It's all about RNG. I do notice that the monsters won't revenge nearly as much as when the boss takes them. They revenge, it seems to be every attack. And the rewards are less rewarding. I mean, not everybody wants to run through. You only need, what, 1 or 2 runes out of here? Rage and Will. I mean, not a whole lot of people use Vampire. So I just find this dungeon often to be a waste of time unless you need a specific rune set. I don't run it as often as much. I've only got 1 monster on Will, and that's Orion. And 1 monster on Nemesis, which is, no, Nemesis is dragons, isn't it? Or no, Nemesis is here. Chloe. My rage runes are all from before this dungeon was created. So I've got pretty decent sets. Don't really need to do much upgrading. Sure, it'd be nice to get some rage runes, but, I mean, Fatal seems to be the new rage lately. The Fatal sets and subs that drop in Giant seem to be the main set that dropped there, so it's not hard to pick you up a good set of Fatal. That's the age-old classic debate, which is better, Fatal or Rage, and it all depends on your subs. You can have a monster with, you know, upwards of 3,000 attack at 140 CD would do the same as, you know, 1,800 to 2,000 attack with 220 CD. So it all depends on your subs. Other monsters benefit off Fatal, such as healing off, you know, attack power. So it just depends what situation you're in, what kind of subs you can get, what you can run faster. Some people have gotten Necro down to 40 seconds to a minute and a half. I think that's amazing. I don't have the mindset or the want or need to run a Necro team that fast because I don't farm this dungeon too often. But it can be done if you're solely trying to get Rage and, you know, Will runes. Definitely something to, you know, invest in. I'm at the point in the game where I'm running out of stuff to 6-star. So I'm not really wanting to spend a whole lot of time in this dungeon. I'm waiting for monsters that can improve my either rating or possibly wombo skills and PvP. That's what I mainly build for, is PvP. I use all the monsters that I build for player versus player and raids to kind of work them into the dungeons. I was experimenting last night with Griffin in this dungeon, and I could see why it worked because of the speed buff. You don't get to, the attack bar, you can't control the attack bar in this dungeon, but you definitely can control the speed through buff. That's why the Fire Elven Ranger does so well in here. He's got multi-hit, plus he buffs your crit and your attack speed. So it's a double whammy right there. I just have no want or need to really build him because I'm not going to use him anywhere but here, and I try to build monsters that I'm versatile with, like Smokey and Colleen. I use an R5. Howie I built because everybody loves her. Was bored one day and I decided to 6-star. I got through the entire game and to the level that I am without using her. Thought I'd have some fun with her. Her runes aren't really all that to fawn over. She needs a little bit more HP to last in this. Once I find that specific rune I need for in slot 6 on HP, I'll definitely change it out. On 330, my best is 230. Not bad. I can't run fodder through here because it's a difficult dungeon. And this, look, you run a dungeon, this dungeon day after day after day, run after run, you get shit like this. It's definitely quite annoying. So those are my 3 dungeon runs. That's what I do all day long. Let's talk about a few monsters here that are basically overlooked. I guess that's a good word. They recently buffed Nubia. They have upped his passive of freezing from 25 to 35. I like this little monster. I'm going to spend some time rebuilding him, make him about 200 speed, violent on revenge. He could be a pain in the ass, especially if someone who's not, you're not going to attack him right off the gate if you have a nuker with you. And this guy could just definitely make your PvP experience, interesting. He has an AoE attack that, of course, freezes. If he violently procs, it's fun to play with him. A lot of people don't like him. Of course, his multiplier sucks, but he's a very fun monster to use. I am going to re-rune him. Right now, some other players take precedence, but this one, definitely I can work into maybe a wombo with my Griffin at 295 speed. Can definitely steal a turn if he can, lock down a freeze on all 4 monsters or 3 monsters or whatever's left. And Theo, of course, he gets, when his turn's up, he gets to just rage in hell with 40,000-50,000 hits on a break defense. So great monster, very underrated. A lot of players don't like him, but if you're a new and up and coming player, he can help you get through the dungeons. He can help you get through PvP. He definitely can help you in lower end arena. It's kind of like a built-in Tyrone. You can even try comboing him with Tyrone. It would be never-ending freeze and ultimate CC. Another monster that is highly debated about is Rena. She doesn't really have much use for top-end players unless it's just, arena stall defense. You could put most tankiest mons at the last rush hour. Nobody wants to spend, a couple rounds trying to kill just this one monster. Can get annoying. You'll get overlooked more so than you would if you didn't have any defense, especially with a damage reducer like Dias or Darien. But I've decided to jump on the bandwagon, see what I can do. I did pretty good. I've experimented with her in Guild Wars. Now I found that she's a great Sierra counter, especially with a healer. She's got Destroy. Sierra, 9 times out of 10, if that's your water monster, will always target her unless the wind has a defense break. But excellent monster. I love her. I'm integrating her more into Guild Wars, and I use her on arena defense during the rush hour if I feel like going for rank, which I haven't really lately because some of the monster rewards are kind of junk, and basically all of my towers that I use are maxed except defense. I'm working on that one now, but all my towers that I need and use are maxed. But yeah, she's interesting. I remember when she first came out, a lot of people loved her and hate her. The whole meta of the game kind of changed, and a lot of people just kind of use her as food. Now that we can raid out grindstones, we can really push those stats to the limits, which would make it difficult for a lot of nukers. So, another monster that is highly underrated is Smokey. A lot of people don't use him. I made him work in R5. Since Necro came out, he's really found a good use, especially with his debuffs and his multi-turn hits. You don't see a lot of Smokey 6 stars. People overlook him. I think he's great. I can't for the life of me understand why he's an attack class, but he's got great skills, multi-hit, 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 and he's got a great dungeon lead of HP. Rune set Violent Revenge or All Revenge. For Necro, I went HP defense, but I also use him to R5, so, you know, he's got 169 speed. Very decent stats, can withstand and help on the back row. Let's see, what else? Underrated monster, again, Olivia. Great monster. I've successfully used her in R5. I've successfully used her on Guild War defense before the meta changed, before the speed really got kind of outrageous. She's excellent support monster. I mean, I love her to death. I pair her with my Vela or my Grogo. She basically dictates at 220 speed when the next monster can go. This third skill, Preemptive Strike, once she procs, boom, it's back up. 2-turn. Hold on, excuse me. There we go. 2-turn cooldown. I mean, it removes all harmful effects on the allied target and fills up the allied's attack bar. Excellent fucking skill. This skill is golden, especially in PvP. My Vela, of course, is extremely slow, has absolutely no speed whatsoever, and still goes before 2 or the entire team I'm facing, all because of her. Break the defense with Bella. Use Olivia to buff. If she procs, Preemptive Strike. Get him to go immediately. He can either buff and cleanse, or he can hit for 40,000-50,000, as I showed in my other videos. He is my straight nuker and tank nuker, and I can withstand a lot of damage, all the while dealing immensely amount of damage. She's got a great set of skills. I've showcased her before on a couple other videos. She does glance, cleanse, depletes the attack bar to a total of 50%, and decrease. So it's a perm buff. Three rounds she buffs defense, and it's usable in 3 rounds. So you do the math. Her leader skill also buffs allies 33% in defense in guild battles. Excellent monster. Her HOH came out, and so many people were torn, didn't know how to use her, didn't know what to use her for. She is an excellent monster. Very underrated, but if comboed well with another monster, her synergy is just, it's top shelf. Of course, you wouldn't stick her with a nuker that is, you know, squishy nuker, but, I mean, you could. I mean, you could pair her with Theo, but, you know, with Theo, you want fast speed and defense breaks and attack buffs, not defense buffs. But, like I said, an excellent monster. There's a few monsters she pairs well. Vela, Grogo, a lot of the Lizardmans. She can even go good with the Panda. She's just an awesome monster. Very underrated. Now, another very underrated monster that a lot of players, especially top-end players, overlook is Tanya. Her multipliers are fucking insane. Literally insane. I don't have the best stats on her, but just insane. All you need is 60 CR. That's it. She does the rest. She buffs her CR and attack. You land one defense break, that's it. She's going in there for 50 to 60,000 damage, immediately taking out a monster, and on to the next one because of her skill. As soon as she kills, she attacks another. She is just completely underrated. An excellent monster. Has a skill set of a Nat 5. She can be a touch squishy, but who cares? She's in there to do one job and one job only. Kill. Excellent monster. I've maxed out her. Yeah, I fed Devil Monster because that's how well she is. I use her in Guild War. She hits hard. I've used her in Arena. Chloe can protect her. The Water Horse can protect her. You take her in the, you know, monsters that she has the elemental advantage. She's not going to get targeted by. None of the water monsters except Theo would target her. So, excellent monster. Not only is she used in PvP, she can be used in TOA. I've walked her through, I think, to 80th level with her. She's just a great monster. Deadly, excellent multipliers. The only thing I don't like about her is Another monster that's overlooked often is Manchur. You're starting to see him, in a lot of more defenses. Great monster, has excellent skill sets. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it make him fast. He's got 2 AoEs that can definitely combo well with some other monsters. Great support monster. Excellent monster. I've used him a few times in Guild War around rank 100. He's got me some defense wins. I also put him on arena defense, and a lot of people didn't know what to expect, especially the speed and what he can do combo with some other monsters, and I squeezed out some wins. Very good monster. And here's my next little favorite monster, Crow. He's just awesome. I've got him at 268 speed. I didn't want to break down Chloe. I probably could have made him around 280, 290, but 270 seems to be fairly decent for me. Swift Revenge. He's got a decent little third skill right here. 3 turns he keeps your HP, he keeps your speed buffed and your attack speed buffed, and he heals 15%. Not bad. Used him in Guild War, especially paired with Theo and Galeon. Love him. Great backup to Griffin. I've also used him in Arena. I stuck him on some Arena defense and Guild War defense. Got some wins. Just lovely monster. Very underrated. You don't see used a whole lot. Excellent, excellent monster. Definitely can use some skill up, especially if almost, I think, got what? Decreased the attack bar by 50%. And yeah, that all that ends up being 100%. A little bit of debuffer, not bad. Can't beat that. What else? Who else? This one right here, Assassin. I've seen used in R5. That branding. The faster she is, the more attacks she hits. Branding also helps for speed runs in R5. Great monster. I'm currently working on her now. She's going to be swift. I'm going to try to make her, identical to my Lucian. Of course, it's a slow process. So many runes, so many monsters, not enough runes. It's just and the dungeon drops are pretty ridiculous. That's just a little bit about monster discussions I wanted to do. With what I have, some underrated ones. Let's talk about some raid monsters. Raid monsters, obviously the DQ multi-hit, defense break. She buffs herself. She's got a great defense lead. Attack down. She's just a debuffing machine. Love her. She's a raiding goddess. That's really all I use her. Sometimes I'll use her in backup in Guild War. She's great for targeting and provoking Theo or a healer. The Wang, which is OP, did a recent vote on Facebook who to transmorg, and everybody voted him. I was hoping to do the vault, but did him. He's great backline or frontline. Howie is great DPS, attack bar control. Slow is excellent in R5. Smokey again is excellent for R5. I did a test results here. I did an experiment with JoJo. I was bored one day. Decided to see if I can make him land in R5 frontline. His runes are a bit different. I went with Fatal Revenge, speed, defense, HP. Got some excellent substats on there with attack, so his attack is pretty decent. And he has lived through R5 frontline several times, especially if your teammate brings Sierra. You just got all types of damage everywhere. And that block heal also comes in handy. Not a big fan of the Pandas. Got absolutely shit multipliers, but we're starting to see integrated more into Guild War, which, like I said, his buffs, it's just, I'm not too much impressed with this monster. But again, he's good for Necro and R5 tank frontline with a defense lead. Chasun obviously is R5 goddess, used everywhere. There's nowhere in this game you can't use. I've had her in D10, worked well. I've even used her successfully in N10. Excellent monster, through and throughout the game. I've got her on front line with tank. I got decent amount of defense, decent amount of HP, and of course she's pretty fast, violent. Excellent R5, 4, 3, 2, whatever. Excellent monster for raiding. Griffin is pretty good all the way up to about R5. Works well R1 through R4. Faster the Griffin is, of course, the more successful you'll be. Haven't really used him in R5. Doesn't really jive well with the team. Bella is a great monster through and through. I've seen people built for frontline and backline. I was using Bella all the way up to through R4. Great monster, good heals, attack bar control, breaks the defense, great monster, proc ready. Darian, a lot of people are redefining what his role is in raids. Front line, build the defense and the HP. Just don't worry about so much stacking up the HP as much as the defense. For R5 front line, he needs about 1,500 defense and at least 25,000 hit points. Great damage reducer, violent obviously to try to get out of that passive. Passive blocker, Oblivion. Therefore, you know, his damage reduction can work. Let's see, who else? Dona. They recently, I don't know if they applied it or not, but they're working on the AI of this monster. Instead of using his cleanse, to use his cleanse properly, because he, for some reason, uses an attack bar buffer. So whenever it comes up, he pops it, regardless if you have debuffs on or not. I don't know if they have, but it seems to be working pretty well. I love Dona. Live and die by him on R5. If your one cleanser Kona isn't working, obviously pair him up with Dona. If the AI is right, they won't, you know, spam the cleanses. Great monster. Great for cleansing and attack bar buffing, especially if you need to get that heal quickly in on that last jump. Crow, I'm going to attempt to use an R5. He's got some pretty low stats on HP. I've got 2 defense runes on him right now for the speed, so I'm going to try to tempt him. I'm going to try to see if he can work in the back line. Love the 15% heal on the attack bar. The attack speed buffing for 3 turns. Ravidi is another one, which is the wind version of this. Very good monster. Frontline tank. Who else? I've seen some unique monsters being through my R5 experiences. The light archer I've seen used very well. I've seen the wind archer used. I've seen her used. I've seen the light one used. Kadaz, which is the light vampire. Or is it the light? No, dark vampire. Where's the friggin' vampire? Here we go. Him right there. Great. It's got that branding effect, and heals all allies with 30% damage done. I've seen this monster used in some epic 2-minute R5 runs. Great monster. Hard to get. Don't see a whole lot of them, but I wish I had them. I definitely build them for R5. Pretty cut and dry. Those are the easily obtainable monsters that I've shown you. Of course, Kona is my cleanser also for R5. Very easy to obtain these monsters. Just have to take the time running through the dungeons and be able to get the runes that you need to start succeeding to progress further in the game. It's a slow process. You can't rush it. The more money you have, the more money you spend. Of course, you're going to get the monsters and be able to play the game a little bit longer than a free-to-play player. Like I said, it just takes patience, commitment. A lot of the guilds in the game right now are starting to fold due to Pokemon. Hopefully the rush of Pokemon's over. If your guild is collapsing, not as active as you want it to be, and you still have to draw interest into this game, come check us out on channel 1313, T1G Nation. We have 28 guilds in this channel. We have a 12 guilds sister community in 1738. We're worldwide branched out. We have a website, t1gnation.com. We have several games that we are, you know, sponsored and sprawled upon. It's a large community, global-wide, internationally. We all come together under one banner. Come check us out on the global server, channel 1313. Again, comment on this video to, let's do some arena real quick, to go ahead and win the raffle of the excellent account that I'm giving away. All you have to do, you do not have to be part of T1G. All you have to do is just comment. Once I decide, you know, once I start to do the raffle, I'll go ahead and decide who's going to win, and I'll post another video for it. Like I said, comment on this video with your chance to enter in the raffle for an excellent 9 6-star account. Great account if you want to catch up in the game or, you know, advance yourself a little bit further than you are. Go ahead and set that up for you. Comment on this video. I'll make another video of the winner, and I'll make it obtainable to be able to email me, and we'll go ahead and discuss the further in detail of how to obtain this account. Give you the login and password, and it's yours to do what it is. Ready to probably be in a semi-guild, semi-comp guild, or farming guild. Definitely a jump and a head start in being able to build yourself and become more involved with this game. Again, comment on the video, like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Comment enters you into the raffle. Stay tuned for more videos. This is Lucky1313 of T1G Nation signing out. Again, hope for Haley. Send your prayers and thoughts for Haley, who is suffering from cancer at 11 years old. We love you. You're amazing.